time travel's been one of man's wildest fantasies for centuries. It's long been a popular trend in movies and fiction. Time travel is one of the most mysterious science fiction theories that people have. Many believe the government has the ability to time travel but aren't yet sharing it with the public. Others believe that there's no way time travel is possible and that if it were, we would know by now because we would have been contacted by someone from the future. But perhaps we have. Every so often, someone might notice a picture that just doesn't seem right throughout history. Here is a collection of those pictures that prove that time travel exists. This was one of the first photographs to appear that made people really think that time travel is possible. Many of the men are wearing hats and professional-looking clothing while this guy has a sweater and a t-shirt on. He's also rocking some seriously modern shades and even has a pocket-sized camera around his neck. Is that woman holding a cell phone? This picture was taken behind the scenes of a Charlie Chaplin movie. The woman is acting pretty secretive and holding something like we would hold a cell phone today. However, if she really did have a phone, I'm sure she'd have terrible reception during a time that there aren't cell towers in every city. This sculpture of an astronaut can be seen on a church building that was built between the 1600s and 1800s. Why on earth would they have such a sculpture on this building? Were they visited by a time-traveling astronaut? Or did someone have a wild imagination about space travel ahead of their time? If you thought that was weird, you will really freak out on this next one. This newspaper covered a story of an investor who claimed to be from the year 2256. He was jailed on insider trading charges but then suddenly vanished. The man does even look to be a bit more modern looking than his time, but we may never know. The picture on the left is of the well-known actor Nicolas Cage, and many believe the picture on the right to be that as well. The picture surfaced on eBay claiming to be proof that the actor is able to travel time. This picture surfaced online of the actor John Travolta as well. Aside from time travel, it could also just be proof that John has some pretty strong genes in his family. If not that either, then he's some sort of vampire or other mythological timeless being. Either way, this is one freaky picture, time travel or not. Sir Victor Goddard was a respected person who claimed to the public that he had traveled to 1935. There, he saw a vision of an airfield as it would be in the future. He either was telling the truth or had a serious case of déjà vu. It is still pretty spooky. If you thought that was spooky, check out this time travel story involving a tattoo. A Swedish man claimed that in 2006, he was able to travel to the future through a portal under his kitchen sink. Because that's where most time travel portals exist. He met his future self, taking a picture of their matching tattoos as proof of their real meeting. If you've seen the movie, Safety Not Guaranteed, then you'll recognize this newspaper clipping. But before the movie, this actually was a real ad in a newspaper with no explanation. The movie was based on the actual 1997 classified ad. No other news was reported on the ad, but the movie was pretty good. The woman in the above image is seen attempting to take a photograph of Marilyn Monroe. The spooky part? That's a pretty modern device for her time. In fact, it even looks like an iPhone. Not like she could travel back and Instagram it, though, 'cause, you know, she'd have to tell people how she got the pic in the first place. The Philadelphia experiment was an experiment that took place in 1943. The purpose was to attempt to make the USS Eldridge invisible to enemy radar. Instead, it is rumored that the ship was sent to a different time for 10 whole seconds. The ship even had a crew on it that are said to have time traveled as well.